fire starter.
I'm a wildfire, hit you like a prize fire. Ooh, baby, I'm a wildfire, straight from the block, no, I cannot be stopped. I'm a wild child, hit you with the hard style. Ooh, baby, I'm a wild.
What's up, guys? We're gonna take a look at some of the changes that I made on the barn, a couple updates that we've done. So come on in, let's take a look. The big one, obviously, is this wall has been framed in down at the bottom. So I actually didn't do that. Good buddy Pat, good buddy and good dude, Pat did this. He's way more skilled and knowledgeable at some of the things that I get in trouble with, or I get a little bit over my head with. So I'm gonna have him kind of explain some of that to you guys later, why he did what he did there. But this is all going to be walled off. So this will kind of be the end wall of the gym right here. And then obviously it's gonna go up into the loft from there. In addition to that, we got two windows up top, which Pat also installed. That's a little bit beyond my reach for right now, but he framed those in as well, and threw in just some simple windows. Wanted to keep some good light in here, so I wasn't just gonna board them up. So it's a great way to kind of get some light pouring in while we're working out and doing whatever else in here. Just some simple stuff kind of around the bottom and the baseline. I've had a lot of bigger cracks, bigger holes. So put in some new boards down here. They needed to go the length. I'm not worried about anything basically from this wall over. That's gonna stay open right now. My main goal is to kind of fill up all of the spaces that are gonna be in the actual gym space and up on the loft. So filled up a spot down there, a couple other spots over by the chicken coop hatch door, put in some braces, because a lot of the boards coming down from the walls, I noticed after I started tearing things apart, actually weren't touching the floor. So they weren't really doing anything, right? A board or a post would come down and then stop about a foot short of the floor. So I put a 6x6 under there to make sure that it was actually sitting on something, attached all that together, and actually had to do the same thing up here. On the other side of that beam, it's a little bit rotted out. And at some point in the future, I'm probably gonna have to replace it or take it out. I've got a couple other beams laying around down there. Just because it's so rotted out, it's not gonna be able to do what it's supposed to do, which is support the wall. So I had to put in a couple 2x4s up there to actually have the wall beams make contact with the beam in order for them to do what they're supposed to do, to actually support. So simple stuff, quick fix, didn't need to look really good because it's gonna get covered up with spray foam. A couple things that I still need to do. You can obviously see there's a pretty big hole over there. So I need another piece of tin put in over there, as well as up here. Those two things, frame in this wall, and then it's time to spray foam and hopefully keep out some of the wind and the cold in here. Once I kind of get those things done, or once I at least get it sealed off, fired up to kind of put some equipment in here, put in a big order over at Rogue Fitness, and deck this thing out and make it a really, really fun, awesome space to train, hang out, and do whatever. So we'll keep you posted, keep watching. As I kind of move along through this, we'll keep giving you updates and show you, if you want to work out in a garage space, some of the key things that you need to do and take care of before you jump right into it.
No limits, no ceiling, no ground, no pressure gonna hold me down. No stop until I break every rule. No limits to what I can do. Nowhere is too far away. No border gonna stand in my way. No wall that I can't break through. No limits to what I can do.
All right, we're gonna finish this workout session with something fun, something a little different. This is a workout based off of my CLANG N BANG program that I do on alwaystrain.com. It's basically how Danny Broflex would probably lift, so it doesn't always make a lot of sense. It doesn't have to, it's just fun. And we're gonna hit bis and tris with some obliques in this workout. So we're gonna work 10 down to 1, a reverse curl into press, 10 reps, and then 10 reps of a bent over row with the same bar. Work our way 9, 9, 8, 8, 7, 7, 6, 6, all the way down to 1. Every 90 seconds, so every time the clock beeps, I'm gonna grab a dumbbell and we're going to do 10 oblique crunches with just one dumbbell in your hand on one side. So then the next 90 seconds, you're gonna go on the other side. When you finish, if it's a little uneven, just pick up the dumbbell at the end, finish out whichever side to make sure you even out the reps. Time to get swole. That was harder than expected. Oh, buddy. I felt it as much in my lower back and everywhere. I didn't think I felt it as much back here. Oh, that was good. All right, so just finished up with that CLANG N BANG session. A couple of tips, a couple of things I think you want to think about while doing the workout after having done it myself. In both of these movements, so the reverse curl and the strict press, you want to try to maintain as rigid of a midline or body structure as possible, right? You don't want to kip the barbell up to your shoulders and then we're not using our legs to press overhead, right? So the general tendency is people will put too much weight on and you'll start to swing at your torso to help gain momentum to get the bar up to your shoulders. We don't want to do that here. We want to preserve intensity. You still want to be able to go hard and be able to push with a weight that you can move pretty consistently, but not at the sacrifice of having to use our midline to help move the bar around, right? We want to try to isolate the muscles that we really want to work, which in this case is obviously going to be the biceps brachii. Your forearms get lit up a little bit more with a reverse curl, with having to hold onto the bar. I found that out while working out. And then obviously going overhead, your triceps, your shoulders, we want to keep that as strict as possible as well. When you're in the bent over row position in terms of technique and form, when people start to break down, what they end up doing is rather than staying at a nice 45-degree angle here at their hip, they will start to stand up higher because their back wants to give out, and doing their row basically is more of an upright row, right? You can see it with people with dumbbells or people trying to do reverse flies with dumbbells. They end up, their chest gets too far upright. So we want to make sure that we're going to keep our chest down over our toes at a 45 to 90 degree angle facing the floor so we can really squeeze the upper back to move that barbell up to our chest, right? We don't want to just use all bicep again to bring the bar up. You're really focusing on squeezing that back together and finishing the pull with your biceps up to your chest. Overall, awesome workout. One thing you might not expect, your lower back is going to get a little bit more fired up, I think, than you might realize in order to keep that rigid position, both in the curl and the press, as well as maintain that 45 to 90 degree angle on your bent over row. Have fun with this one. Make sure you get in those oblique curls or oblique crunches every 90 seconds. Makes it a really fun workout. Choose your weight wisely. Have a good time.